day one of my antelope season. It's Friday, August 18th. Just pulling into Walmart. Gotta get some ice for my cooler. It's gonna be a hot one today. It's already 79 degrees. It's supposed to be 99. Not ideal spot and stalk antelope hunting conditions, but gonna give it a go. Got a trail camera out I want to check. And then tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, it's supposed to be mid 70s, so that should be a lot better. Hoping to get 10-12 stalks on this weekend, and with any luck, an arrow off. So here we go. I'm out here at my first glassing spot. Only turned up one doe. I think things are going to be quite a bit different this year. The last 2 years we had really bad droughts and antelope were pretty bunched up on water, obviously. Had quite a bit more moisture this year. Things are greener, and it seemed like all the animals, the deer, the elk, antelope, they're all a little spread out this year. So this spot usually has a good number of animals because there's a big water source nearby, but only the one doe. So I'm gonna pack it up here and move on to another spot. Yeah, I got a pretty nice buck just ran across the road here in front of me on public. I'm gonna let him work off and then maybe see if I can get eyeballs on him. Looks like a pretty good one though. Alright, stalk number one. Got a pretty good buck spotted. Giant, but definitely a archery spot and stalk shooter. He's about 400 yards out. I'm walking in this little drainage here, side hill. Gonna try to pop up about 200 yards away, spot him again, make sure he's still in that area, and then drop down into this drainage, make a plan from there. A lot of cattle in here, so there's not too many other antelope, which is a good thing when you're bow hunting. So I'm feeling semi-optimistic about this, but that's always how I'm feeling, and never usually works out, so we'll see. Alright, walking back to the truck. No surprise there, 0 for 1. Actually, it wasn't too bad. That buck went low. He was coming around that side hill. And then he started going up over the hill. I don't know, maybe he saw me. Probably saw me. But he just kind of fed up over that hill. And then over the hill is private. So that was the end of that game. Go look for another one here. Fun to get back out here and get after it though. Alright, stalk number 2 for the day. Spotted a decent buck, not a monster, but I'm not super picky with spot and stalk archery antelope. I got a lot more room to work with. Last one, I only got about 200 yards and then it got on the private. Got a big chunk here, so probably about 800 yards away. Gotta try to make a loop, come up behind him. Got a good wind. We'll see. It's always tough though. Well, I just respotted this buck. He might have spotted me first. He was looking this way. I'm hiding behind a hill here. I'm gonna wait a minute and put my hood up and then just creep up to the edge. Probably 150 yards away. Not a bow range. So I'm gonna need him to do something here to help me out. About 100 yards away now. The buck saw the decoy. I got decoy on my bow just to help me get drawn. I'm kind of just behind this little hill. I just popped it up, let him see it. Hoping he gets curious and comes over here. Well, my plan worked. The buck got curious and he closed to about 50 yards. Here I am drawing. But he didn't get too curious. He kind of froze up here and wouldn't come any closer. I let the bow down, and then he kind of starts to spook off. So I come to full draw as he spooks, try to stop him. You can see him running here. And he sees me moving, so he stops.
I guess, the yardage at 60 and take a shot.
Dang, looks like clean miss. That was fun. I should pace off here. I think that was more, a little bit outside 60. I shot for 60. He's gone now. Let's go over here and see if I can find my arrow. Well, good news, I found my arrow. Good news. Bad news? Good news, there's no blood on it. Bad news, clean miss. Glad I didn't wound it, but would have liked to hit it. Put this guy back in the quiver and get after it again.
Butternut biscuits.
Yeah, what are we eating tonight? What's in that?
Fat country bison bowl. Ground bison in a creamy sauce with rice, beans, and butternut biscuits.
Butternut? Is that like a buttermilk biscuit? Look at it, there's 2 whole biscuits in there. So that's the first time trying the Chad
There's
Mendez
3.
signature meal.
One.
Is there 3?
Yeah.
Oh. We're gonna give it a shot. We're sending $2 directly to Chad Mendez as far as I can tell, so better be good, Chad. Better be good. Well, here we are on August 26th. We spotted a pretty good buck, and it was already about 3/4 of a mile away. This was pretty open country. So here we are trying to close the distance. We're staying out of sight on top of a ridge, and then every once in a while we peek over just to keep tabs on the buck. At this point, we're about a mile in, and we're closing on the edge of the public-private boundary, and it looks like this buck might beat us to the private line. But then another buck shows up, kind of spooks it back towards us, and that's where we pick it up.
So we got a buck coming straight at us on a road. Oh my god. Got chased by another buck. A little too far. If the cattle guard wasn't there, he'd probably be coming through.
Right down this road.
Son of a bitch.
Other buck's coming now. Other buck's coming.
Okay.
He might come under the fence. They're chasing. Just crawl.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll crawl through that one.
Okay. So we got a fence that's stopping it from coming towards us.
He's not playing. It's August 27th. Did some truck camping last night. Woke up, Shauna spotted some antelope. There's a nice buck that we saw yesterday, 3 does, probably 3/4 of a mile away. So we're gonna have to do a loop and try to get on them. They're a little low bull right now, so we're gonna give it a shot and see when and how we scare them.
You heard it slither?
No, I heard it rattle around.
Stop it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Where's that? I lost it again. Oh my god, I can't see it at all.
Right in there, it's moving. See him?
No?
Right here. Right in my right of your shadow.
Oh my god.
You can't see it?
No.
See the yellow ones?
Yeah.
Just
oh,
above
yeah.
and to the right.
Oh, there he is, Matt.
Right there is a nope rope. Luckily we saw him before he saw us. Pretty decent size one too. No thanks. Alright. Straight ahead, probably 80 yards. We're gonna crawl in, see what happens. Get on your knees right here. And look right here, you can just see the tips of his horns. So, look at their eyes with your binoculars. Probably not right. I bet they're more than 70 yards. Alright. They're facing away, which is good too. Ready?
Yep, let's go get busted. I see him.
We had a strong wind in our favor, and this buck was bedded facing completely away from us. I don't know how they know, but they know. Pretty easy to tell from the audio that it was quite windy out this day. 75 yards, it's out of my comfortable range, especially when it's windy. I need to be inside of 60, so we just watched this buck. Well, wouldn't you know it, after wearing this camera on probably 20 to 25 antelope stalks, on the morning of September 15th, I was out elk hunting, put my camera in my backpack, put the backpack in the back of my truck. That afternoon, I was going to meet up with Shauna after she got out of work and she was going to elk hunt with me the next day when I spotted a pretty nice antelope buck. My camera was still in my backpack, and after 20 to 25 unsuccessful stalks, I figured this wouldn't be the one where I'd connect. And I was in a hurry. The antelope was only a few hundred yards off the road and a small draw, so I didn't grab my camera, and I actually still had my cow elk decoy attached to my bow. I grabbed my bow, crossed the fence onto the public, started making the stalk. I got to about 70 yards, and the antelope busted, but I think it got real curious about that cow elk decoy. It ran up a small ridge and stopped. I came to full draw, and when it ran up that ridge, it actually got a little closer. I shot for 60 yards, and I connected. That buck only ran about 35, 40 yards, tipped over, and then I had filled my tag. Unfortunately, for the second time, I'd filled it without getting it on film, which is a disappointment, but I still got a lot of good content from the rest of the film that you saw in the video this year, so I was pretty excited about that. And that's how I ended my 2023 archery antelope season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to tune in the future for more outdoor content. Thanks again.